Minar-e-Pakistan, home to civilizations that thrived for over 5,000 years. It remains one of the most enigmatic destinations on Earth. But those who visit this country definitely want to come back. A country often overlooked holds treasures that defy imagination. Hidden valleys untouched by time, cultures thriving in isolation, and landscapes so surreal that they seem to be from another world. Join us as we journey through Pakistan's best preserved places and hidden wonders, discovering what makes this nation such a unique and intriguing part of our world. The tomb of Bibi Jawindi is a 15th century mausoleum, part of a larger necropolis that serves as a burial ground for prominent religious and historical figures. It represents typical characteristics of Islamic funerary architecture, as it is built with baked bricks and decorated with blue and white glazed tiles arranged in geometric patterns. As per its name, it is the final resting place of Bibi Jawindi, who is believed to have been a pious and influential woman, possibly associated with a prominent religious lineage. The city of Skardu is renowned for being a gateway to some of the world's highest mountain ranges. Surrounded by towering peaks, serene lakes, and ancient traditions, it has been an important centre for trade and culture, connecting ancient routes between Central Asia and South Asia. It is home to both natural and historical sites alike, such as the Mantoka waterfall and the Khaplu Fort. The Mantoka waterfall, located about an hour from Skardu, is one of the tallest waterfalls in the region. Fed by glacial waters, it cascades from a height of approximately 55 metres and maintains a steady flow. As the water collects in a clear pool at the base, its surrounding area also supports small-scale farming and livestock grazing. Meanwhile, the Khaplu Fort, or King of Forts, is a 16th century structure perched on a hill overlooking the city. Built by the rulers of Skardu, the fort served as a strategic stronghold to monitor trade routes and defend against invasions. Although partially in ruins, it offers stunning views of the surrounding mountains and valleys, as well as the Katpana desert. Surrounded by snow-capped peaks, the Katpana desert is famous for its massive sand dunes that are shaped by the wind. Unlike typical deserts, it experiences cold temperatures year-round, with winter bringing frost and snow to the dunes. Summers are relatively mild, creating a unique environment for both local inhabitants and visitors. The desert lies along ancient trade routes that historically connected remote mountain regions with larger trading centres. It is also only located 20 kilometres away from Skardu, making it easily accessible by road. Nearby the desert is the Khaplu Palace, a 19th century royal residence located in the mountainous region. It served as the seat of the rulers of the Khaplu Valley, part of the princely state of the Yabgo dynasty. The historic palace represents great local craftsmanship, with Tibetan and Kashmiri influences. Upper Cachura Lake is a pristine natural lake located in a mountainous region, surrounded by rugged mountains and pine trees. It is fed by glacial meltwater and nearby streams, giving it a cold temperature year-round. The lake is tied to local communities that rely on its natural resources, though it has recently gained attention as an ecotourism destination. It is part of the broader Cachura area, which includes both upper and lower Cachura Lakes. Meanwhile, Lower Cachura Lake is a stunning heart-shaped lake, renowned for its serene setting and accessibility. Like its upper counterpart, it is part of a broader cultural landscape where local communities engage in farming and grazing. While the lake is natural, parts of the surrounding area have gone through artificial enhancements, such as terraced gardens and pathways. The lake also serves as the central appeal for Shangrila Resort, which is located on its shores. Established in 1983, the Shangrila Resort is named after the mythical Shangrila, described in James Hilton's novel Lost Horizon. Also known as Heaven on Earth, the resort includes chalet-style accommodations and boating facilities. It also features a restaurant housed in the body of an old aircraft. To preserve the area's natural beauty, the resort has implemented measures to minimise its environmental footprint, including waste management and efforts to raise awareness about conservation among visitors. The Sarfaranga Cold Desert is one of the highest altitude cold deserts in the world, situated at approximately 2,300 metres above sea level. It is characterised by vast stretches of sand dunes and surrounding snow-capped peaks, creating surreal landscapes. The site hosts an annual Jeep rally, which is a prominent motorsport that was initiated to promote tourism. Using the rugged terrain as a challenge, the course is designed to cater to various categories, including professional drivers, amateurs, and local participants. Known as the Land of Giants, Deosai National Park is one of the highest plateaus in the world, spanning over 3,000 square kilometres of open plains, rolling hills, and stunning scenery. Other than its treeless expanse, it hosts a distinctive ecosystem and is home to unique wildlife. The plateau is covered in wildflowers during the summer months, turning it into a natural alpine meadow. The park is a critical habitat for the Himalayan brown bear, one of the world's rarest bear species that is currently endangered. Known for its distinctive reddish-brown fur, this bear is a subspecies of the brown bear and is native to the Himalayan and surrounding regions. As omnivores, they mainly have a diet of plants, insects, small animals, and the remains of other animals if found. These bears are solitary and mostly active during the summer months when food is plentiful, then proceeding to hibernate during the harsh winter. Efforts to conserve this endangered species have made the park a focus of ecological research and preservation. Derawar Fort is a massive structure located in the Kholistan Desert. Initially constructed in the 9th century by a Hindu Rajput ruler from the Pati clan, it was later captured and rebuilt by the Abbasi family in the 18th century. The fort is square-shaped, with 40 large bastions and walls made from bricks and clay. During its prime, it served as a centre of administration and a defensive stronghold, as it was strategically positioned to guard trade routes and maintain control over the surrounding desert. Unfortunately, centuries of exposure to harsh desert conditions have caused erosion and structural damage to the fort, and preservation efforts remain limited. Nanga Parbat, known as the Killer Mountain, is the 9th highest peak in the world, standing at 8,126 metres above sea level. It is located in the Himalayas, with its name actually meaning naked mountain, a reference to its exposed slopes. The mountain is notable for its immense size and dramatic vertical relief, making it one of the most challenging mountains to climb. It also has severe weather, unpredictable avalanches, and complicated technical climbing requirements, which contributes to its high fatality rate among climbers. Interestingly, the mountain is part of ongoing geological studies, as it lies near the collision zone of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates. This activity has contributed to the rapid uplift and unique geology of the region. The Raikot Glacier is a massive glacier located on the northern face of the mountain, descending from its heights toward the valley of the same name. The glacier originates from the snowfields of the mountain, creating a natural pathway of ice and debris. It is also part of the trekking route to the mountain's northern face base camp, requiring trekkers to cross rocky moraines and icy sections. Additionally, the glacier is a subject of research for studying glacial dynamics, climate change, and its effects on high-altitude ecosystems. The Fairy Meadows, located near the base of the northern face, is a high-altitude alpine meadow offering one of the best views of the mountain. Its name is derived from local folklore, which describes the area as a magical and serene place. The area is home to a small community of shepherds and villagers who maintain traditional lifestyles and provide hospitality to visitors. Multan is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the region, known for its historical significance, Sufi shrines, and centuries-old trade and cultural connections. Known as the City of Saints in Punjab, it has been a centre of spiritual and religious activity for over a millennium. Its history dates back to at least 5000 BCE, being a key settlement during the Indus Valley civilization, and later becoming an important city under various empires such as the Kushans and the Mughals. It is home to the tomb of Shah Rukn-e-Alam, a monumental mausoleum dedicated to the 14th century Sufi saint of the same name, who was highly revered for his spiritual teachings and influence. It is one of the most iconic structures in the region, known for its intricate brickwork and Islamic architecture. The tomb is an octagonal structure made of red bricks, and its massive dome was once considered one of the largest in the Islamic world. Historically, it was built between 1320 and 1324 by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the founder and first ruler of the Tughlaq dynasty. It was originally intended to be his own mausoleum, but was later gifted for the saint's burial. Neelum Valley is a mountainous valley, stretching along a river it shares its name. Its name translates to sapphire in Sanskrit, deriving it from the sapphire-like colour of the river. Its slopes are lined with charming villages, terraced fields and thick forests. Historically, the valley has been a site of significant strategic importance, situated along routes that once connected ancient kingdoms. One of the villages along the valley is Arankel, which is often referred to as the Pearl of Neelum Valley. Sitting atop a hill overlooking the Neelum River, the village is easily accessible via a short trek or a cable car ride from the nearby village of Kel. There is also the Chittakatha Lake, which is considered to be one of the most pristine high-altitude lakes in the region. The lake's name means white stream, referring to the glacial streams that feed the lake, which appear as white streaks flowing down from the surrounding snow-covered peaks. It is considered sacred by locals, and it holds a place in regional folklore and traditions. In fact, the lake is thought to be a place of spiritual connection, and visiting it is often seen as a pilgrimage. Lahore is one of the oldest and most historically significant cities in the region, especially having a deep connection to art and literature. The city has also been a focal point for several empires, spanning from the Mughals to the Sikhs and the British. Located in the heart of the city is Lahore Fort, a massive and historic citadel. The fort's origins can be traced to at least the 11th century, though its most prominent developments occurred under the Mughal Emperor Akbar in the late 16th century. It continued to be modified by later rulers of the Sikh and the British, resulting in a blend of architectural styles and artistic elements. Today, while some parts are in ruins, ongoing restoration work ensures its legacy endures. Within the fort lies the Samadhi of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji, a memorial built in honour of the leader who founded the Sikh Empire in the early 19th century. Constructed after his death in 1839, the Samadhi combines elements of Sikh, Hindu and Mughal architectural styles. In the background we can see the Minar-e-Pakistan monument, which stands as a symbol of national unity and independence. It was built to commemorate the Lahore Resolution of 1940, a pivotal moment in the region's history that called for the creation of an independent state. Passed on March 23, 1940, the resolution was presented on the same grounds where the monument now stands. Designed by architect Nasreddin Murat Khan, the monument incorporates Islamic, Mughal, and modern architectural elements. The city is also home to the Badshahi Mosque, one of the largest and most iconic mosques in the region. Constructed under the reign of Emperor Aurangzeb, who notably had the longest rule, it served as a symbol of Mughal power and piety. The mosque can accommodate over 100,000 worshippers in its courtyard and prayer hall, making it one of the largest mosques in the world. The structure is made primarily of red sandstone, with inlays of white marble, creating intricate patterns and inscriptions. Today it remains an active site of worship and a cultural landmark. Hingal National Park is the largest national park in the region, spanning over 6,100 square kilometres. It is known for its unique geological formations, desert landscapes and coastal ecosystems. One of its most iconic landmarks is the Princess of Hope, a natural rock formation resembling a robed woman, sculpted by wind and erosion over centuries. It was named by Hollywood actress Angelina Jolie during her visit to the region in 2002. The park is also home to some of the world's rare active mud volcanoes, with some continuously bubbling and others erupting periodically. Unlike traditional volcanoes that erupt lava, mud volcanoes emit gases, water and mud, creating cone-like structures. These volcanoes are created by the release of gases, primarily methane, from underground reservoirs. The gas mixes with water and sediments to produce mud, which is expelled to the surface. Taxila, also known as Takshashila, is an ancient city that served as a centre of learning, trade and culture for centuries. With roots tracing back to the 6th century BCE, it flourished as a hub of knowledge during the Gandhara civilization. Today its ruins serve as a treasure trove of Gandhara artefacts and Buddhist heritage. Within the ruins stands the Dharmarajika Stupa, one of the most significant Buddhist monuments. The stupa was commissioned by Emperor Ashoka as part of his efforts to promote Buddhism across his empire during the Mauryan dynasty. it successfully became a focal point for religious activity and was even believed to have housed relics of the Buddha. Hiran Minar is a 17th century Mughal-era complex built as a monument to the Mughal Emperor Jahangir's beloved pet antelope, Mansraj. With its name meaning deer tower, it served as a memorial for the antelope when it passed away, with inscriptions celebrating the animal's life. The site also acted as a hunting reserve for the Mughal elite, where controlled hunting expeditions were carried out to make sure overhunting did not happen and the wildlife was conserved. The focal point of the complex was the Sandstone Tower, a minaret that was 30 metres tall. Its height allowed the emperor and his entourage to use it as an observation point for hunting activities in the surrounding area. Shrouded in cliffs and fed by glacial waters, Hunza Valley is a mountainous valley that was once an important stop along the Silk Road. It is still home to the Hunza people, who are known for their self-sufficient lifestyle, which is based on agriculture and a mostly plant-based diet. The people of Hunza notably speak Burushaski, an ancient and unique language with no known linguistic relatives. Karimabad, the main town in the Hunza Valley, was once the capital of the princely state of Hunza. The town experiences 4 distinct seasons, with its high-altitude location influencing its climate. It is known for its mild summers, cold winters, and colourful seasonal changes that transform the landscape throughout the year. It is situated on the cliffs alongside the Hunza River, which is fed by glacial melt from the surrounding peaks. Sitting above Karimabad is the Baltit Fort, a 700-year-old fort that served as the residence of Hunza's rulers. Providing panoramic views of the valley, it significantly reflects Tibetan and Central Asian influences in its architecture. The fort is made of stone, mud and timber, designed to withstand harsh weather and earthquakes. The use of wooden beams provides flexibility to the structure, a key feature in seismic areas. There is also the even older Altit Fort, being over 900 years old and considered one of the oldest forts in the region. It is believed to have been constructed by the early rulers of Hunza, serving as the initial stronghold before the seat of power shifted to the Baltit Fort. One of the most prominent features is the ancient watchtower, which provided a vantage point to monitor the surrounding valley and river. The fort's interior consists of multiple levels, with narrow passageways, small chambers, and steep staircases, each serving a specific function. Spanning across the Hunza River, the Hussaini Suspension Bridge is known as one of the most dangerous bridges in the world. It connects the village of Hussaini to nearby settlements and is actually frequently maintained by the locals to ensure its usability, though it remains a challenging crossing due to its swaying motion and the large gaps between planks. Attabad Lake is a striking turquoise lake, formed as a result of a massive landslide in January 2010. The landslide blocked the flow of the Hunza River, creating a natural dam that submerged nearby villages and roads. Despite its tragic origins, the lake is renowned for its beautiful colour due to the minerals from glacial runoff that mix with the water. It stretches approximately 21 kilometres in length and reaches depths of over 100 metres, depending on the seasonal glacial melt. The Pasu cones are a series of sharp, triangular peaks, part of the Karakoram mountain range. They were shaped over millennia by glacial activity and erosion, resulting in the pointed, cone-like structure that gives them their name. Despite their striking appearance, many of the cones remain unclimbed due to their steep ridges and technical challenges. The cones are also known as Cathedral Ridge, as they resemble the spires of a Gothic cathedral. North of the cones is the Pasu Glacier, one of the most prominent glaciers in the region, well known for its accessibility and role in shaping the surrounding landscape. The glacier's flow creates a rugged ice field with crevasses, ridges, and a moraine-filled terminus where it meets the valley floor. Additionally, meltwater from the glacier irrigates terraced fields in the valley, sustaining crops such as apricots, cherries, and almonds. In fact, the Waki-speaking residents of Pasu village rely on the glacier's resources for agriculture and livestock. Rohtas Fort is a 16th century garrison built by the Afghan ruler Sher Shah Suri to strengthen his hold over the region. Known for its massive walls and intricate gateways, it was intended to prevent the return of the Mughal emperor and to maintain control over the local Gakha tribes who were loyal to the Mughals. Today the fort remains well preserved compared to other structures from the same era. Karachi is Pakistan's largest city, a bustling metropolis that also serves as a hub for trade, industry, and education. Its origins trace back to a small fishing village, initially called Kolachi, which grew into a key port during the 18th and 19th centuries. Under British rule, the city became a major centre for trade due to its strategic location on the Arabian Sea, with the construction of ports and railways bolstering its growth. Within the city is the Mazar-e-Quaid, the mausoleum and final resting place of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the founder of the country. Designed by architect Yahya Merchant, the mausoleum is a modernist structure made of white marble, featuring curved arches and a large copper dome. Naltar Valley is a remote but scenic mountain valley, famous for its alpine forests and skiing facilities. In fact, the valley is home to one of the oldest ski resorts in the region, attracting skiers during winter months. It is accessible via jeep from the city of Gilgit, with a road that winds through rugged terrain but offers fantastic views of the landscape. The valley is home to a series of alpine lakes, collectively called the Naltar Lakes. Their waters notably reflect different hues and colours, which are partly due to the natural filtration by surrounding rocks and sediments, which prevent pollutants from entering. Some of their most iconic lakes are the Bashkiri Lakes, famous for their deep blue colours. The surrounding area remains largely untouched, with thick forests of pine and cedar framing the lakes. The city of Muzaffarabad operates as an administrative and cultural centre, with a history shaped by its geographical and political importance. It derives its name from Sultan Muzaffar Khan, a chief of the Bomba dynasty, who established it as a stronghold in the 17th century. Today it is the capital of Azad Kashmir, a region administered by Pakistan as a nominally self-governing entity. Within the city is the Red Fort, which was originally constructed by the Chak rulers in the 16th century to protect their territory. Built primarily with red bricks and stone, the fort showcases a mix of Tibetan and Central Asian architectural influences. Sindh is a region with a long history, known for its ancient civilizations and agricultural advancements. it was ruled by various dynasties, including the Sama, Kalhora, and Talpa dynasties. Notably, the region has seen the development of palm oil plantations in recent decades as part of efforts to diversify agriculture and reduce reliance on imported oil. These plantations contribute to the local economy by providing employment and supporting industries such as cooking oil production and soap manufacturing. However, the plantations are currently facing issues such as water management and adapting to the region's climate, requiring sustainable practices to ensure long-term viability. Commissioned by a ruler of the Talpa dynasty, the Faiz Mahal Palace was originally used as the residence of the Talpa rulers, also hosting royal gatherings and administrative meetings. The palace is a blend of Mughal and traditional architectural styles, featuring intricately carved wooden doors, arched windows, and expansive courtyards. Known as the Great Wall of Sindh, Ranikot Fort is one of the largest forts in the world, with a circumference of approximately 32 kilometres. Believed to have been built in the 17th century, the fort is made of stone and lime mortar, featuring massive walls, bastions and gates. The fort's exact purpose remains debated, with theories ranging from defence to serving as a refuge for tribal communities. Today it is a popular destination for history enthusiasts and adventurers. The Chotiari Reservoir was built to store water from the Indus River and support irrigation in Sindh's agricultural areas. The reservoir supports fishing and farming for nearby communities, contributing to their livelihoods. Unfortunately, the reservoir faces issues such as siltation and waterlogging, requiring measures to maintain its ecological and economic importance. The town of Maher is a small agricultural community known for its reliance on farming and traditional lifestyles. In recent years, it has faced significant challenges due to severe flooding that has deeply affected its population and infrastructure. Floodwaters caused extensive damage to homes, roads, and public facilities, leaving many residents without basic necessities. As a farming-dependent town, Maher's economy relies heavily on crops like wheat and vegetables, but the floods have submerged vast areas of agricultural land, leaving farmers without income. Relief camps were set up to accommodate the flood disaster victims and displaced families, though they still often faced shortages of essential supplies, including clean water and sanitation facilities. Local authorities, non-governmental organisations and volunteers have been working to distribute relief supplies, improve camp conditions, and plan for rehabilitation of the affected areas. Tar Parka is a desert region with a mix of sand dunes, rocky terrain, and seasonal wetlands. Located in the region is the village of Nanga Parbat, home to a blend of Hindu and Muslim communities who have coexisted for generations. Local livelihoods are based on livestock rearing, subsistence farming, and handicrafts, with women often involved in producing embroidered textiles and other crafts. The ancient Jain temples in Nanga Parbat date back to the 12th and 13th centuries, when the region was a thriving centre for Jain traders and monks. These temples are among the last surviving remnants of Jainism's influence in the area, showcasing intricate carvings and religious significance. Gwadar is a port city in Balochistan, known for its strategic importance and pristine beaches. During ancient times, it was originally a small fishing village and a stopover point along trade routes connecting South Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. The area was once under the control of the Sultanate of Oman before being integrated into the region in the mid-20th century. The city is located on the shores of the Arabian Sea, a vast body of water along Pakistan's southern coastline. Other than trade and tourism, the waters of the Arabian Sea near Gwadar are home to diverse marine species, supporting local fishing industries. The sea also moderates the local climate, creating hot, humid summers and mild winters. The capital of Pakistan, Islamabad, is famous for its greenery and modern infrastructure. It was designed in the 1960s by Greek architect Konstantinos Apostolou Doxiadis to replace Karachi as the capital. Its layout emphasises symmetry, zoning, and integration with natural landscapes. One of its most iconic landmarks is the Faiz Mosque, named after King Faisal of Saudi Arabia, who contributed $120 million to its construction. Completed in 1986, the design reflects a modernist approach to Islamic architecture, as it was inspired by a Bedouin tent. Unlike traditional mosques with domes, the Faiz Mosque features a tent-like structure with a triangular prayer hall and 4 towering minarets. The 4 minarets are 90 metres tall and are inspired by Turkish architecture. It is one of the largest mosques in the world, capable of accommodating over 100,000 worshippers in its prayer hall, courtyards, and adjoining grounds. Atop a hill overlooking the city is the Pakistani National Monument, which was inaugurated in 2007 to represent the unity of the nation and its cultural diversity. The monument is shaped like a blooming flower, with 4 main petals representing the provinces and 3 smaller petals symbolising territories. The petals are decorated with murals depicting historical landmarks and significant events. Sadh Belo is a Hindu temple complex located on an island in the Indus River, dedicated to the Hindu god Lord Shiva. The complex was established by Swami Bakhandi Maharaj, a Hindu saint who is believed to have meditated on the island. It is one of the most revered spiritual sites for the Hindu community in the region, drawing devotees and visitors for its religious and historical importance. Swat Valley is a mountainous region that has been a centre of Buddhist learning and a place of artistic and spiritual development for centuries. Often referred to as the Switzerland of the East, it was an important hub of Buddhism from the 2nd century BCE to the 7th century CE. During the rule of the Kushan dynasty, Swat flourished as a centre of learning, attracting monks and scholars from across Asia. Interestingly, the region was also visited by Alexander the Great in 327 BCE during his campaign, influencing the cultural exchanges of the area. The Karakoram mountain range is one of the highest and most rugged mountain ranges in the world. It stretches over 500 kilometres, panning Pakistan, India, and China. The Hopa Glaciers are a series of glaciers located near the Hopa Valley in the range. The glaciers provide valuable insights into climate change and glacial dynamics, so they are closely monitored for their retreat and movement. They also offer remarkable views of surrounding peaks and unique formations of crevasses and seracs. K2 Base Camp is a remote and challenging trekking destination that serves as the starting point for climbers attempting to summit K2 Mountain. The trek covers about 150 kilometres round trip and takes 12 to 14 days to complete, requiring physical endurance and acclimatisation to high altitudes. Part of the journey to the base camp is trekking through the Baltoro Glacier, which is one of the longest glaciers outside the polar regions, stretching about 63 kilometres. It serves as a gateway to expeditions targeting the K2 mountain, and other peaks, and even offers trekkers dramatic views of them. Finally, the crown jewel of the Karakoram range is none other than the K2 mountain. Renowned as the second highest peak in the world, at a height of 8,611 metres. Also referred to as the Savage Mountain, K2 is considered one of the most challenging peaks to climb due to its steep slopes, unpredictable weather, and high fatality rate. The first successful ascent was made in 1954 by an Italian team led by Lino Lassadelli and Achille Compagnoni. Then K2 was successfully climbed in winter for the first time by a team of Nepali climbers in January 2021, marking a historic achievement in mountaineering. Unlike many other 8,000-metre peaks, K2 has no nickname derived from local languages. Instead, its name comes from the Great Trigonometrical Survey of India. This is Pakistan, a land of hidden wonders and remarkable architectural marvels. Now, if you don't want to miss the most unreal wonders of Uzbekistan, check out this video,